I'm not attracted to the opposite sex. Students are dressing professionally.
Being a Mexican-American woman, talking about vaginas, clitoris, sex, any of those subjects is very uncomfortable, at least in my upbringing. And throughout my time in college and learning about different subjects, I've become more comfortable talking about those subjects, and I thought the perfect way to, express my new knowledge and, I guess, my confidence about my vagina and women's studies is by acting in something that's just for women, where women perform, but it's for men and women to talk about a subject that people sometimes feel uncomfortable talking about.
Well, I work here in the Cove as a peer health educator in the nutrition department, and I happen to have about 3 or 4 years of set design experience behind me. So when I heard they were doing the Vagina Monologues, I was excited to help out in some way, but I didn't know how I could do that because usually women are only allowed to participate in the on-stage stuff. So Jessica, the woman who's directing it, was interested. She had this lifelong dream, or not lifelong, but the last 10 years or so, she's wanted to have a giant talking vagina on stage. So she was just sort of in the back room talking about it, and I said, well, what if we could actually make that come to life? Because I've designed puppets before, so maybe we could make this happen. And so I said, Jessica, let's do this, and then I came up with a model, and we built the 7.5-foot tall vagina.
Two things that women have to deal with, I think in American culture, especially being such a multicultural nation, that you have women that are uncomfortable talking about those things and actually have pain talking about vagina and their reproductive organs, where there's some people in this nation that can talk freely about it. So I think this is what this Vagina Monologues does, is talks about the good things and the bad things, and ultimately celebrates what it is to be a woman. And I guess we celebrate that through vagina.
I think what I want people to take away from the show is that there are many relationships that we have in our lives that are unexplained or that aren't thought of every day, and our sexual relationships is one of them. Our relationships with our bodies is a big one too, and part of the puppet is just making something that would seem really, really awkward not awkward at all. In fact, we're kind of breaking the ice with a giant vagina puppet.
Great. I want people to kind of take away, like, it is okay to talk about that stuff, not just your vaginas, but like for men, like their parts, and like to feel comfortable and like love who they are. Before, like I said, I would never talk about my vagina, but now I'm like openly like, yeah. So so like women should be open about it, and like, because I feel like the play is about like empowerment and like feeling comfortable with who you are. So I hope like people take away like kind of like feeling that, like feeling empowered, and like they shouldn't be embarrassed about the vagina, or they shouldn't like hate it. They should love it and like appreciate it, and just
have experiences that connect us to other people, and I think that that's what this does, is that it shares some stories that might be very personal and make them public, and women and men can probably identify with some of these stories or some of these experiences, and I just hope people can be able to share their own stories and feel comfortable doing that.